there's a lot happening in the world right now. Sorry, she wants to say hello. Which is creating a lot of uncertainty and a lot of stress. And we're all just hoping that this nonsense comes to an end quickly, but who knows? We don't know what the future holds. We don't know where we will be even in the next, let's say, hour. Okay, so the reality is the future is unpredictable. And it brings us back to being able to live in the present. The present moment is all we really have. We can learn from the past, we can plan for the future, and sometimes even worry about the future. I was listening to a podcast again last night that reminded me of something that I've heard before is, if there's a lot of stress in your life, set a worry time. So set a time specifically for the day to worry about that specific problem and see if there's ways that you can solve it, or just sit and worry, because it helps your brain just to deal with these type of things and so on. And then you also set a time from in the day where you don't worry about anything, because the reality is there's only oftentimes so much that we can do. So part of this message today is actually about a virtual garden. Not virtual, sorry, vertical. I'm busy. I live in a small flat and I've got a tiny little patio, and yeah, with all the stuff that's happening in the world, and for quite some time I've been quite interested in more sustainable living and so on. And so I'm busy experimenting as somebody living in a small space on how I can start growing some of my own vegetables, which is pretty cool. Sorry, the little one is also now just being a little menace. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can flip the camera, or I'm probably gonna have to do a different video. Then I'm gonna show you guys what I've started doing. It's still beginning phases, it's only about a week now. Okay, so what I've done is I've got a milk bottle that I've cut open, all right, and then here on the inside I normally find the juice bottles. So this one gets holes, this one doesn't, so that there's always a little bit of water at the bottom. So here I've planted coriander. That one also has coriander seeds. These are seeds that I've had before. They used to be in this container. Apparently this container is not deep enough for their roots. They like a bit more space. Now the most I could get out of this system is about 17 centimeters in here. So then apparently you need to trim them quite often so that they spread their roots nicely. And then on this one is basil. And then what is nice about this, except for the fact that it keeps water at the bottom, especially the coriander and the basil, they don't like their soil drying out. So it makes it nice and easy with two tie backs, a small one here and then a big one over there to just keep it nice and straight. And then I suppose once the greenery starts growing, it's going to look a little bit better as well, but it makes it a little bit more uniform. All right. And then this side I still have some butter lettuce growing, and then this side I've got tomatoes. So tomatoes can grow hanging down, and that's why I've got the moss here. The moss was something that was in my bag of gardening stuff already, and then little pipes here because it helps to protect this sharp edges. So when the stems start hanging over, this protects the stem. So this is just to try and protect it over there, which maybe later I should rather look at cutting a little bit more down. I don't know, we'll still figure this stuff out. Oh, this one is a bit full of water. Okay, so I need to check this one. See, that's just not what it's nice. So I can feel there's maybe a bit too much water in, and I can pull this out, empty some of the water out, and just give a little bit in. Then over here we've got carrots. This is a 10 centimeter, I think the bucket is 20, sorry, not 10, 20 or 25 centimeters deep for carrots. And then I had to put these little sticks in because my one cat, she just likes to go sit on top of the plants. And then here I've got beans. Okay, so they also suggest that you paint or cover your pots to avoid algae growing. I haven't done that yet because I still want to go see what fabric I have so that it at least looks tidy and not messy or anything like that. Alright, and then this side I've got peas growing and some more carrots, and then another tomato. And then I will slowly over time start building up as we collect more bottles, and I want to do some lettuce as well. All right.